Gabby and Shauna from 27 Travels.
We actually met at the NYC Pride Parade in June 2015. We are both from NY and we both happened to attend that year. It's very common on Pride to hit up a lesbian bar after the parade to continue the celebrations, and I guess we both decided to hit up the same one, Cubbyhole. Cubbyhole is a very popular lesbian bar in NYC. There are actually only 3 lesbians bars in all of NYC, but Cubbyhole in Manhattan was clearly a favorite for both of us, haha. The bar is very small, very LOL. It's small on a regular night, so on Pride you cannot even move and everyone is squished like sardines. But it's worth it to be able to celebrate there on such an important day. Shauna, was a little drunk to be fair, but I remember I was squished in the middle of the bar because my friend who I was with left to go chat up a girl she liked. Gabby saw me and came up to me first. She started talking to me, and we were talking for about 30 minutes. At the end of our conversation, Gabby said she had to leave because she was here with a friend and they both had to go. Before she left, we followed each other on Instagram. We didn't exchange numbers, the modern age haha, and then parted ways. We followed each other on Instagram for a few months and would like each other's photos, but we didn't start talking again until December 2015. Gabby had commented on one of my photos and I decided I was going to DM her. From there we set up a night to go on a date. And as they say, the rest is history. As for signature moves, I didn't have any. But Gabby says if she liked a girl's tattoo she would go up and tell them as a conversation starter. She definitely used that on me, haha. Yes, we were both out already. Shauna, had been out since 2010, so 5 years at that point, and Gabby had been out since the beginning of 2015.
If you're afraid to talk to someone in a bar, bring a wingwoman/man/person with you. I was always nervous to approach girls I liked in bars, so I would go with a friend and they would start the convo for me. Once the conversation got started I could take it from there. It definitely made it easier and took some of the pressure off for me. Being willing to put yourself out there and know it's okay to be rejected. The worst someone can say to you is that they aren't interested, in which case It's definitely scary approaching people you don't know at a bar, but you need to be willing to put yourself out there if you want to find love. For those who don't know, Shauna, was raised Catholic. I went to Catholic school my entire life from elementary school through college, and Gabby was raised Jewish. We are both not religious people at all, so our upbringing never affected our relationship. We both respect each other's traditions, and combine some for certain holidays like Christmas, and learned a lot about a different religion from our own that we probably wouldn't have known otherwise. We're not the kind of people who plan for the future, we definitely live in the moment more. All we know is that whatever happens, we're going to be together. We can't wait to see what the next 5 years brings. Talk to us then, haha. Ollie and Allison Walker from All Options Considered. We met out dancing on Pride Night in June of 2004 in Seattle at the Wild Rose Lesbian Bar. The next day we met up again at Volunteer Park during the daytime Pride festivities when we could actually have a conversation, and we've been together ever since. We first got married in 2006 in Canada, and we were surrounded by family and friends, but we weren't in our home country because gay marriage wasn't legal where we lived in the US at that time. We got married a second time in 2008 in San Francisco. I came out in 1983 when I was 20 after I had been away at college for a few years. I was interested in girls since my first crush in the 2nd grade, but I never acted on my feelings until I was away at college. I was on the basketball team and we also spent a lot of time with the softball team, and probably half of us on those 2 teams were lesbians. Even though there were so many of us, it was still hard to be out because the coaches all discouraged us from being open lesbians. By the time I started having relationships with girls as a kid and never had a relationship with a boy, so maybe I was always out. But it wasn't until high school that I started talking to family and friends about being gay. I was in my first serious relationship with a girl when I was 15, and I was completely open with my family and close friends. I told a few kids at school, but they weren't as comfortable with me being gay. That was fine since all of my close friends and my girlfriend lived in a different. I had a series of relationships in my 20s where I learned exactly what I wanted and didn't want in my life. When I was 30, I was finally ready to be in a healthy relationship that could last forever, and that's when I met Allison and fell madly in love. First, it's really important to know yourself and figure out your own hopes and dreams before commingling your life with someone else. And second, not all relationships are meant to last forever, and that's okay too. Some relationships can serve you for a short time and others can last decades. You just have to keep growing and changing as a person, and keep looking for that connection that fits both physically and emotionally. When we met, we were at different points in our lives, but we were really attracted to one another, so that was the first connection. When we were first getting to know each other, we talked about everything, so that was the second connection. We talked about all of our past experiences and all of our hopes and dreams for the future. We made room for one another in our lives and accepted all the ways we were similar and different. Over time, our priorities shifted from careers to travel to early retirement, and because we always talked openly about everything, we were able to create a fabulous life together that keeps changing with us. We're still madly in love after almost 16 years together. We had both been through disappointing rela. Sometimes it seems easier to meet people when you are in your 20s, and harder to meet people when you are mature and ready for something real and permanent. But everyone is different and every love story is unique. Our best advice if you're looking for love at any age is to get out there and do what you most enjoy, and be open to meeting people anywhere at any time. Spend time with friends and family, and let them introduce you to people. Spend time on a dance floor, at a theater, out on a hiking trail, at a park, or wherever you most like to be, and most importantly, get out there and introduce yourself to people who share your interests. Remember that you could meet the love of your life just about anywhere at all, as long as you're open.